Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ace Attorney Investigations. Let's continue where we left off here. You guys told me this case is gonna get really good, so let's see what ends up happening here. Oh, a candy castle! And look, there are even little elves to go with it. Room's laid out, pretty much the same as Tangaro's. It's not as cold though, that's something. Let's see, yeah, looks like there's a temperature control panel in here too. Over there, where that orange light is, right? We better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream covered construction must be the work of Ms Delicia Scone. Where is Ms Scone? Me? Why, I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delicia Scone at your service. Don't cheeky blighters back in Blighty even call me Miss Delicious. Teehee. She's starting to creep me out, actually. Call a lovely boy at 34, unexpected to say the least. Lovely boys, really, even Mr. E. Oh yes, dear, you, the detective over there, you're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. Yes, alright. What's the meaning of this? Chit-chatting with the defense? Oh, that's gotta be, yep, Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma. So sorry, mannequins. The notorious prosecutor Von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. What a thoroughly rude individual. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow, you're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? Well, because the defense has that right. This clearly isn't going to be easy. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting. Why are Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet, either. You're not messing it up. Before I get my chance, you'll have to wait till I'm done. Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. Let's say we look over the room together, Detective. It worked out well enough before. Oh. Controller died worst time, too. I've also read your comments, guys. If you guys really like my Gregory Edgeworth cosplay, then you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asks to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer. yes! You're amazing, Mr. E. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now shall we begin? Contest venue, Scone's room. This is where Von Karma came from. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle's made of sugar and cream. Is it? Really? I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something. I didn't know you were so into such fantastical things. So sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Didn't mean to get so carried away there. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E. I do. He's still in elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. I can't help but worry that his interests will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make tons of friends. Me included, I'm sure. Heh. I like to think you'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. A big brother, huh? Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. What's yellow stuff? The doors to the castle have been left wide open. Yeah, was that guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed them behind him. I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anybody's gonna be handling evidence, it'll be me. Cream's going all runny. The whipped cream is melting and will lose its shape at the slightest touch. It's all over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls altogether. Well, they certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in here. And I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. 2 big rock crystals. Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. Kinda expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know. Maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. Maybe this whole thing is based on a story about a castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There's something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something. For some reason, there are stands mounted on the bottom of the rock crystals we found inside the candy castle. I was right, they are gemstones. The stands must be so they can be put on display. Well, whatever they are, it seems they're not just a large set of paperweights. Huh? These pillars. They have hexagonal indentations. Is that where they're supposed to be? Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were, they're long gone. Hexagonal indentations, I wonder. There are hexagonal indentations in both pillars. I wonder what they're for. For that, castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry. A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom? Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. I guess it's all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a close look at the labels. Mango down 911, Hamas cyanide 24/7. What? Wait, they're all poisons? No, sir. No, sir. They're common colorings and flavorings used in candies and desserts. The first is concentrated mango, boiled down to its purest, hence mango down. Yes, they're asking for trouble with a name like that. Now I'm curious to what homicide might be. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. If you turn around, you'll eat it. You can't eat the castle. Don't eat the castle. I guess he's watching his sugar intake. There's a small door on the wall here, just like Mr. Tangro's room. Here, I'll open it. Temperature, 68 degrees. Light set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. The temperature of Scone's room isn't suitable for whipped cream. Yeah. That is odd. Wonder why. It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a little tree stump. Huh, the whipped cream decorations around it are beginning to lose their shape. But the elf seems completely fine. Strange. The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. So that's the theme behind their Scone's creations, huh? Unlucky for her, things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make out. These must be the various tools Ms Scone used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream, trowels, and a brush. Is she a patisser or a plasterer? Don't you go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky young devil. I don't just slap stuff on walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread the cream out lovely and smooth, then work out all the rough patches. That's literally exactly what a plasterer does. What's the ladder? What's the matter? Something weird about the ladder? It's not a ladder, Detective Bad. It's a step ladder. Oh, this. Same difference. Far from it, actually. You'd know if you observed their basic natures more closely. Almost every Ace Attorney game has this, because the fans created so many memes out of this, out of the ladders and the step ladders. Amazing mystery. You'll have to remember this for future reference. The developers love their fans so much, they include that a lot of times in their games. Okay, let's talk to Ms Scone, see what she has to say. Oh. What's the matter, Ms Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? Why, yes. Nothing's happened at all. But you just said yes. That was a hello yes, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie, Lumpkin? It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Miss 3. Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. During the contest. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie, let's see. It's all started at about 10 in the morning. That's when we were set to work. And, well, I spent most of the time here in my room getting everything ready, as you'd expect. Oh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so, around 1, I think. Afternoon tea? It's an English tradition, a chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. So, kind of like recess. I suppose you could say that. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegley? Such a clever boy. When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Lay on a nice little spread, you know? But today, only me, Samson, Silly Pants, and Moody Judgy were there for it. Sammy Pool had already finished for his big creation, so he was there the whole time. The poor old Chili Winks and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they hadn't finished yet. Bless them. You're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto were present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either. But I wasn't able to miss out on tea and cakes served by our 2 TV superstars. I went right back to work when I finished, though. Tootled off while the others were still nattering away. And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' rooms? Well, no, dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangero's room. Me, caught red-handed. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. Look how pissed Bad is. It's like, that's so funny. It's like every single time Bad's doing that, what that animation is supposed to be, he's reaching for his gun. That's what it's supposed to be, but he's just reaching for his mirror. I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? What really happened? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangero's room? Well, I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Semi-Pool's a dab hand when it comes to old sweet making. Everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just hopped in for a quick bit of research, like I say. So go and visit another contestant's room in the name of research. What kind of research leaves fingerprints? Yes, well, it stands for reason. I leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is... What? You ate a little pieces of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangro's room, that was all you. I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? I didn't want poor Semi-Pool getting upset, so it was just a testament, teensiest bits and pieces. And the stand holding up the ship, you took a bite out of that too, I suppose? Oh yes, dear, of course I did. Oh my god. It was you? You brought the whole thing crashing down? I'm sorry, my lovely. I am. Hold on, is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second, helping off sweets. Look, please believe me, I never killed anybody. I promise. Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that's about all we can say for now. Okay, we pretty much searched this room. Okay. There are hexagonal indentations in both pillars. I wonder what they're for. Rock crystal stands. For some reason, there are stands mounted on the bottom of the rock crystals we found inside the candy castle. These two are linked. The rock crystals and the pillars in front of the castle featured the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah, hexagon to hexagon. Makes perfect sense. Well, if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and the rock crystals inside the castle. I imagine both must belong to Ms Scone. Ms Scone, what were you using the items inside the castle for? Oh, those! So sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess. Von Karma. Eek, how did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. You'll have my guts for garters. It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Man, thought we were onto something with those giant rock crystals, but... What's that theory? You're interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. You use rock crystals and cloths to do that. I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with light inside them. Wow, those things are lamps? Oh, that's not even half of it. Those cloths hold an even more exciting secret. She really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinkets. Since you're here, why don't I give you a lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, huh? Oh, Batty Bumpkin, can you get it all out and set up for me? The name is Bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Batty Bumpkin? Have you finished taking photos of this room yet? Yes, sir. We have, sir. Then help Ms Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Oh, you're a sweetie at heart, aren't you, Batty B? That's amazing, Ms Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent. Thank you ever so much, Batty Kids. And you, Officer Lovely. She's even giving nicknames to the forensic guy now. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. Though, what about this is supposed to be relaxing exactly? Oh, don't be such a big sore puss, Batty B. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely, you can switch it on now. Yes, ma'am. It lights up the castle. Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Isn't it, though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves and the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. Yeah, there is no light on that one. This is how it was supposed to look from the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys got to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be be lit up too? Oh, what's happened there, I wonder? I think we better take a look at the lamps and the elves one more time. This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave, the poor guy out, Ms Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and what sort of machine exactly? Oh, you'll never, guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little, thingamajigs. They're called, full spectrum light-emitting devices. They send light down the main cable and into each optical fiber strand. That's what makes the cloth glow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious, fiery flames. Cold blue like, clinking crystals of ice. They have those special batteries that last for donkey's years, and they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me. So these machines, they're what makes the special luminous cloth light up in all these beautiful colors, Mr. E. I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up. So, these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them and a piece of luminous cloth. That's right, Lampkin. Heaven only knows where they could have gone to. This cloth. It could have something to do with the case. Special color-changing cloth belonging to Scone. She has lost a roll of it along with the device that powers it. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Wait, what? Is that blood? The doors look nicely decorated now thanks to the beautiful cloth around it. A cloth which we found inside the castle. The welcoming doorway makes a welcoming home. That's just common sense for us detectives. Says the man who just trampled all over the castle's entranceway. But I'll hold my tongue for now. The lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. Look, there's a red stain on the left. That's not just a stain. That's... Yep, it's blood, alright. I can smell it. The salt lamp is stained with somebody's blood. What? Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? It has something to do with why its bulb is broken. We better take a closer look at the other one, too. So Ms Scone had actually intended to use these lamps in her display. Then why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe because they're broken. Except, there's plenty of other places she could have put them. The best place to hide some salt is in some sugar, isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in the forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I'll need to point it out by making a deduction. If her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a piece of evidence in my possession. Whoa, look at all these buttons. I believe they're for changing the color of the light. Try pressing one, Eddie. There, now the cloth's all lit up. It's so pretty no matter how many times I see it. The cloth's now glowing with a pale blue hue, thanks to a light-emitting device. Didn't Ms Scone say one of these cloths and its machine are missing? What do you think could have taken them? I have no idea, but I suspect it might have something to do with our case somehow. Luminous cloth, this.
Eureka!
Okay, skip this, I got this wrong here. The salt lamp is stained with somebody's blood. The victim was stuck and killed with some kind of blunt object. Could this be the murder weapon? We know the victim was struck and killed with something blunt. And we found blood on one of the lamps, which is a smashed bulb inside. Could this lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure! It could definitely do enough damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir! It got done a minute ago, sir. The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. There you have it. The salt lamp found in Scone's room, stained with the victim's blood. So the murder weapon was hidden in Ms Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects. The whipped cream is melting and will lose its shape at the slightest touch. The temperature of Scone's room isn't suitable for whipped cream. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet, when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy. That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles, don't you? What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles, the whole castle, the little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top. What? So none of this is confectionery art after all? No, it's simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it all, Scone's confections were all fake. What was she up to? Why are they all fakes? My shoes are already covered in cream. I wouldn't go any closer unless you want the same thing happening to you. We've seen what's behind those doors. There's really no need to look again. Go and visit our contestant's room in the name of research. Scone's confections were all fake, so what was she up to? Are these two linked? No, they're not, Our intention was to put these lamps in our final display that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. No, it's wrong too. Oh, non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. Stands and display materials will be provided. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. The rules. It's the rules. Eureka! Take a look at the list of rules for the contest, detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloths would both have been against the rules. Scone used decorations that weren't made, from confectionaries. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Ms Scone before we can say for sure. Scone used decorations that weren't made from confectionaries. Scone's rule-breaking fake confections. These gotta be linked now. So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Ms Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. And why is it's so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all this? Ms Scone's so-called creations were all fake plastic models covered in a thick layer of whipped cream. That's a good question. I think we better go ask Ms Scone herself. Yeah, Ms Scone has some explaining to do right now. Temperature of the room. Ms Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I hate the cold. Don't I, dearie? And because, besides, being chilly is no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh face complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. Ladies have to stay young, don't you know? How old is she really, though? That's what I'd like to know. It's not polite to speculate on a person's age, Edgy. Well, yeah, doesn't even tell us the Delicia Scone. Von Karma's 49, man. He always looks like he's in his 60s or 70s. Okay. But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Is that so, dearie? Well, silly me, hey? I've only gone and made a whoopsie. Wait, he really didn't know that? Scone doesn't seem to know basic facts about making confectionery. World-class confectionery, my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. Ms Scone grows more mysterious by the minute. Yeah, she's really suspicious now. Confectionery research. Scone visited our contestant's room in the name of research. Lack of knowledge. Scone doesn't seem to know basic facts about making confectionery. Ms Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created. And she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I picture a top pro acting. Does she maybe just, lack a little confidence, or is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do some research. Wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. But she is hiding something, that much I'm certain of. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have certainly found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet he didn't arrest Ms Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Bat, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. Him and Scone. Eek. How could you, Betty Pumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. She's the most suspicious right now. She's suspect number 1. It appears Detective Bat is just as suspicious of Mr. Von Karma and Ms Scone as I am. And Detective Batty's a good guy, deep down. Ms Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? Oh, of course, dear. Where are we off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. December 24, 8:05 p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's alright.
Yes. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon.
We did. It was Ms Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tanjiro should no longer be the only person of interest.
Ha! Nonsense. It doesn't matter where the weapon was found. Tanjiro is guilty. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain.
How can he be so sure of Mr. Tanjiro's guilt? You have an explanation, I assume, for why the murder weapon was in Ms Scone's room.
Of course I do, and I'll be delighted to share it with you.
No, I never thought we'd get to cross-examine Von Karma again.
Tanjiro killed Frost with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tanjiro would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect.
So it's your assertion Mr. Tanjiro took the salt lamp back to Ms. Scone's room?
It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is a fact, based on my own investigation.
You mean you have proof that he did so?
I don't need any such thing.
Yes, you do. What?
This. If you have a rebuttal, I'll be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic.
The murder weapon.
Tanjiro, killed Frost with one blade of Scone's salt lamp in order to frame her for the murder.
Hold it! So he took one of the salt lamps from Ms. Scone's room back to his own.
Indeed. He prepared it beforehand, knowing that it would be a perfect weapon with which to kill Frost.
But we found that lamp in Ms. Scone's room. Surely this casts Ms. Scone herself in a suspicious light.
Perhaps if you would let me finish. Now, as I was saying. To complete the deception, she took it back to her room once the deed was done.
Hold it! You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the candy castle, correct?
Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's thanks to me you even have such a vital piece of evidence.
What made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? Good point. Maybe you just wanted to see what it was like in there.
Fools! You think I went in there on a whim? I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself.
Oh, he's pissed. But I had nothing to do with the initial investigation. That's right. Detective Bad wasn't a part of this investigation until very recently.
If you want my trust, Detective, you'll have to earn it. And a good first step would be to stop wasting my time. Now, if you allow me to continue. After all, it had been found near the victim's body. Tanjiro would have seemed doubtly suspicious.
Hold it! But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So why...
Would you like to hear a favorite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish.
If only I could say the same to you.
A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so.
Hold it! So you think he hid the body in the chest, but removed the murder weapon from the crime scene?
Yes, he foolishly believed his own creation to be a perfect hiding place.
I'm sorry, I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no. He doesn't seem very sorry to me.
In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect.
Hold it! But if there's no proof, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tanjiro is the culprit?
Yes. Is that the best you can do at pressing me? Listen here. The presence of the body in Tanjiro's room is in itself proof enough of his guilt.
Objection! And you didn't find evidence pointing to any other possible suspects. Perhaps you should take another look. You might...
You really don't give up, do you? There's no need to take another look. Tangra is guilty, end of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, then show me some proof to back up your ridiculous claims.
I have to think back over the scene of the crime. If Mr. Tangra really isn't guilty, then there must be something that points to somebody else. Pressing Mr. Von Karma on any of his statements won't have much of an effect, I fear. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims. Okay, let's see. Tangra killed Cross with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. And that is why there's no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Someone left fingerprints in the chocolate frame, but didn't leave any prints. I think this, the finger marks.
Objection!
Take a look at this.
There's no bearing on this discussion whatsoever.
Oh, great. It's gotta be this. The seal. No piece of evidence on the scene that points to a particular suspect. The seal.
Objection!
No, not that too. Both of those actually point to other possible suspects. I don't know. There's no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Wait a second. That blue cloth, is that the luminous cloth? Is that...
Objection!
It's that! The missing lamp and the luminous cloth, it was on the body. How did I not see that? It's true that the murder weapon and the bloodstained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime, but something else remained. That does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloth we found in Ms Scone's room? What's that, dearie? Oh, one of my lovely colorful cloths? At the scene of the crime, you say?
Luminous cloth? Nonsense, I see no light to speak of.
I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one of these to light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Look at his face, I don't think he was expecting that. The fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Ms Scone's room went missing. And if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, when you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma. By his own logic, why didn't she take the cloth back then? Why didn't Tanjiro take the cloth back if he wanted to frame her too? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Ms Scone. And seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Ms Scone as a person of interest. Eek! Greggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people? I'm not accusing you of anything, just yet. But I do think you're hiding something. That's not...
Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Ms Scone's room prior to the murder?
Exactly.
Tis.
Is something funny?
Only that you walked so carelessly into my trap.
I hate when he does that finger snap.
Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. So sorry to break it to you.
What does he mean?
Tanjiro spotted them before the contest began, in order that the lamp and cloths contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping.
What?
Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost, as he had secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tanjiro, possessing as he did the only key. And as you now know, he was also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder, so you see, this is all circumstantial evidence. This is not implicating him. I've had everything I need to get Tanjiro convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? To have lost me before even setting foot in the courtroom.
This can't be happening. Wait, all our hard work was for nothing? Ms Scone, why didn't you tell us your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tanjiro? Well, dear, Manfred said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that. And he wasn't wrong now, was he? You two accused me yourselves a second ago.
This is pathetic.
Curse you, Von Karma. You let us the murder weapon, knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result.
One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are 2, and only 2 sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon.
2?
Yes, those of Delicia Scone and Samson Tanjiro. No others were found.
So it has to be Ms Scone then.
Tanjiro used a lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost, and was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room without first removing his fingerprints. At this rate, no one will ever need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as a securities guilty verdict.
But wait, what about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tanjiro's room?
What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body.
I don't have enough to disprove any of what he's saying.
Tis. No more pitiful objections.
I hate when he finger snaps. He did that in the original Ace Attorney also.
Now get out of my sight, and close the door behind you.
Mystery! I'm not about to just give up.
I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad, escort them off the premises now.
This investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad.
What is the meaning of this?
Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for.
We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective. But whatever they might be, they're no business of the defense's. Actually, they are.
I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad.
What?
This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tanjiro's room. The seal.
Take that.
We still haven't properly identified this piece of evidence. That's not what I was thinking of. Wait, not the seal? The fingerprint marks, then.
Take that.
These are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaro's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer, it could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. Yeah, they were possibly wearing gloves.
How do you know so much about the crime scene?
Because I let them look around.
You let the defense examine the scene, Bad? Or are you out of your mind?
I don't remember you telling me not to.
Insolent worm. You would do well to remember this, then, Detective. That the result of your next salary review are up to me.
Oof. Detective Bad's in trouble now, too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. And you do well to remember that the result of your salary review are up to your performance here.
Here, a mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. What if it's entirely possible those finger marks belong to Tangara?
No! Why would he destroy his own work?
After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations.
But can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Furthermore, there is still something about Ms Scone's that doesn't add up.
Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat?
Oh, stop it, Greggy! Stop it, stop it, stop it! Why are you being so mean to your poor old pal Delicia? I don't have to up to nibbling poor semi-pool sweeties. What more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything. Greggy, stop bullying me! I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry, I'm just a little silly, muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place.
Enough! I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand that you present something to back it up.
But this isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless, what proof do I have that Ms Scone doesn't know the first thing about making desserts? Fake confections. Ms Scone's so-called creations were all fake plastic models covered in a thick layer of whipped cream.
Take that.
Every single one of Ms Scone's creations break the rules of the contest.
The offending items, the cloths, and the lamps, were duly confiscated as we've established. And the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself.
But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room.
What?
The entire fantastical world Ms Scone created, every last bit of it. It's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room. No real-world title contender would ever stoop us so low.
Is this true, Bad?
Yup. Saw it with my own eyes. Stepped in it with my own shoes. Did we finally convince him? For lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Ms Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. No, dear. I'm no killer. Then why don't you finally start telling us the truth? Who are you really? And why were you tampering with your rival's work? Alright. The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it. A pharmacist? I can't blame him for being so surprised. This couldn't be further from what we'd imagined. So what somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this one? Well, I just love eating sweets. Sweeties, if you must know. And semi-pool sweets are the best, or so they say. I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. Even Mr. Von Karma's lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here? Yes, dearie. It was worth it. Samson Silly Pants Sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? Me? No, that wasn't me here. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Ms Scone's fingerprints were found elsewhere in Mr. Kangaro's other creations. I say that points her to not having worn any gloves. Exactly, Lambkin. Greggy Peglegs got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent.
Is your head filled with cream too?
Hey, sorry, mannequins. Her head may not be fitted with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Ms Scone, were Mr. Kangaro's works the only ones you sampled? No, dear. I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chili Wink's room for a little taste, too. What?
You were in the victim's room too?
Yes, dear. Nobody was in there, you see.
Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead.
But I could only stomach one little bite. I've never tasted anything so salty in all my life. I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off the side to cleanse my palate. You have quite the sweet tooth, don't you, Ms Scone?
Indeed. What didn't she sample?
That's everything, I promise. Greggy Pegles, mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things.
As long as what you told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second that this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been through.
Mr. Von Karma, please, let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of our conclusions.
Accompany me if you like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation.
We'd like to accompany you all the same. December 24, 9 p.m. Contest venue. Frost room. This is the victim's room.
What in the... What is the meaning of this?
What? What? When we go to Frost room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. It's gone. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest? A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room? This case was a real peach, and it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. What the hell is going on? Oh, I guess it ends here then. Okay, then, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys, enjoyed this. Ms. Scone's looking really, suspicious right now, too. And why is the victim's room, there's nothing in it, whatsoever. It's gone. It looked like it was melted, possibly, too. But I guess we'll see in the next part. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.